She leaves. For months, you already felt the chill from her side. Small signs you noticed but didn't fully name at first. Shorter messages, slower replies, fewer emojis, less excitement in conversation. These are the subtle markers, the early signs that something is shifting. Maybe it was a short message. We're different now. The feelings are gone. We need to break up. Or maybe you were the first to step away, not because your feelings were gone, not because you stopped caring. No, you still felt everything. You still wanted her, but the cold, the indifference, the constant discomfort. She had already lost the desire. You accepted it and walked away through the pain. That rarely happens. If it did, know this. You are strong, extremely strong. People like you are the absolute minority. She thinks she's free. Friends congratulate her. At first, there's the stage of indifference. She smiles, shines in her own world, and it hits you. You can't stand it. How is she so happy? Why? Why does she seem so carefree? But in reality, this is just a phase. Only after some time, say a month or two without any contact at all, she might start thinking about checking your page. And when I say no contact at all, I mean completely. No stories, no likes, no subtle signals. Any little sign that you're still watching, that you're still curious, lowers her stress. It reassures her, you're still around, everything's fine. But if you don't give her that reassurance, a different process kicks in. Subconsciously, she might talk to a friend and admit, I wonder what he's doing now. Curiosity starts to creep in because there's no contact. It creates a small break in her expectations. She assumed you would reach out, send a message, react somehow, but you don't. And that absence, that refusal to follow the expected pattern, makes her a little unsettled. You disappear. Not online, not anywhere she expects to see you. She checks once, then twice. Nothing. You take the hit, you go quiet. You live through the burn without showing it. And that, right there, is the first moment she starts to lose control of the story she told herself. Because now she can't tell if she was right. She can't tell if you're broken or if you just stopped caring. And nothing eats at a person's mind faster than the thought that maybe they weren't as important as they believed. And now, her stage of indifference slowly begins to shift. The process isn't quick. It builds over time. But listen closely, man. There's an extremely important point here. If all of this, your calm, your distance, your control, is done just to make her feel something, to get her back, to make her want you again, trust me, you're in trouble. It won't work. Nothing will work. You have to do this only for yourself, only to take back control over your own state, to sober up. Your peace first. And if, eventually, she reaches out or shows interest, that's just a side effect, a consequence of your changes. No girl wants a boy who can't handle his own emotions, not one. That doesn't mean you have to be cold. It means you must not be afraid to walk away from the relationship at any moment. So after 1 to 3 months, her stage of complete indifference slowly shifts toward curiosity, not full-blown desire, not wanting to be close, just curiosity. Time has passed. Her emotional state is changing, from rejection to curiosity. But here's the key point. Any reaction from you, any reply, any like, at this stage completely wipes out your position. Completely. But curiosity, once it appears, doesn't stay still. It grows. She starts wondering more often, checking your profile, remembering moments she didn't care about before. But let's talk about this. At what point can the stage actually freeze? When does it stop moving? That's the moment most guys start to panic. Because she's with someone new. You've seen it. Or maybe you've heard it from friends. Or maybe she even posted a photo with him. Listen, in 9 out of 10 cases, if she's the one who pulled away, trust me, there was already someone else catching her attention. 9 out of 10. 90%. As harsh as it sounds, she didn't leave into the void. You might have made mistakes, maybe raised your voice, maybe said something wrong in a heated moment, but that's not why she left. See, women often reframe those moments later. They'll point to that one argument, that one emotional scene, and call it the last straw. It's not you, she'll say. It's what you did. But most of the time, that's not the truth. It's just a convenient exit. No woman wants to walk away feeling guilty. So she builds a story where she's the justified one. and she'll tell it convincingly. They're good at that. But that's not the real reason. In most cases, the attraction to someone else began while you were still together. No, she probably wasn't cheating. Not physically, but the messages, the little bits of flirting, the emotional shift, they were already there. And now, after the breakup, she's with that new guy. She's happy. He's the novelty, the unknown, the fresh spark. But remember this one rule, the one that never fails. In every love triangle, the one who walks away first wins. So feel sorry for that guy. He doesn't know what's coming. Think about how absurd it is. She might be in a full relationship with him and still check your profile from time to time, just out of curiosity. No, she won't text you. Right now, all her emotions are there, with him. That's the moment most guys break. They start chasing, gifting, begging, talking. Don't. Do the opposite. Carry that pain with dignity. Walk away quietly. Disappear with grace. Because that's a victory with a delayed effect. You've already won the moment you stop digging in the dirt. She's shown who she is, a woman who can end a relationship based purely on emotion. When she feels it, you're her world. When she doesn't, sorry, we're just different. That's not stability. Life just saved you. You just don't see it yet. Now, from the mechanics of relationships, let's break it down. This curiosity stage we talked about, it freezes while she's with someone else. It doesn't vanish. It's just on hold, like a frozen file. And it can unfreeze a year from now, 2 years. Doesn't matter. You won't need it. You'll be a different man by then. Especially if you stay on this channel. But for the sake of analysis, let's keep going. The first 3 to 4 months with her new guy, that's the honeymoon phase. Everything's smooth, shiny, perfect, exactly like it was with you in the beginning. But later, things change. The first conflicts appear, and that's when the comparison process begins. Unconsciously, silently, but it always begins. Months go by. At first, she feels free, but there's one thing she doesn't understand yet. That kind of freedom always comes with an expiration date. You see, she jumped from one branch to another. At first, she compared you to him, and you lost, because she wasn't really comparing two people. She was comparing the emotions she felt around you. The thrill of something new always beats the comfort of something familiar. Even if you were good to her, even if you gave her everything, she couldn't feel it anymore. That's why you can't win at the start. Her emotions towards you are drained, almost to zero. Even a stranger, as strange as it sounds, can spark more emotion in her than you do. You might have even noticed it before, how she could smile wider talking to someone else, laugh more easily, glow a little brighter. That's normal. That's what I call point zero. But over time, the comparison starts shifting in your favor. Always. But there's one condition: absolute silence, no contact, because no re-evaluation can happen while you're still around. She remembers small things, your tone, the look in your eyes, moments she didn't even notice before. Now they replay in her mind. Not every day, but sometimes, quietly. And it builds up. Her brain does what every human brain does at a decide. It idealizes the past. She starts to replay moments that once annoyed her, but now seem soft, even warm. It's not love returning. Not yet. But let's talk about love for a second. What is love to her? Butterflies? Yes. That's exactly it. Butterflies. Because without them it's, sorry, we're just different. I don't feel anything anymore. No one told her that real relationships take work. That there comes a time when the butterflies fade. Not completely, but enough to feel the calm after the storm. And that's normal. It doesn't mean the love is gone. It means it's time to build something deeper. Love is not a constant dose of hormones. It's a sense of duty, a quiet desire to make another person happy. Not when it's easy, not under the rush of hormones. Always. If a girl sees relationships only as a source of pleasure, of excitement, of heartbeat moments, run. Nothing good will come from that. But that's a topic for another video. Let's get back to this one. You're not doing anything. You're just living your life, quietly rebuilding. But her own memory starts working against her. That's why it happens. Those unexpected messages months or even years later. The classic, "Hey, how have you been?" It never comes from nowhere. Time is changing her perspective. This isn't manipulation. Your only role is to rebuild yourself and hold your calm. Lower her importance in your mind. Without that, you lose. From a distance, her emotional state toward you resets. It can become even stronger than it was at the very beginning of your relationship. But it doesn't happen quickly, and you shouldn't wait for it. This process is cumulative. Alright guys, here's the most important thing. Don't fake it. I've seen so many guys go no contact, thinking they're doing everything right, but inside, they're sneaking onto her social media, checking who liked her posts, who she's following, who commented. Don't do that. That drags you into a swamp you won't get out of easily. Bear it with dignity. Show her she can't treat you like that. That's her problem. She's the one who has to deal with it. Let's break it down by stages and rough time frames. This isn't universal. Every story is different. How long you were together, how things ended, how it all started, a lot of stuff matters. But on average, here's what it looks like. The first 1 to 3 months, indifference. She doesn't care about you at all. Curiosity is barely starting to flicker. And again, only if you keep strict no contact. If you give in, if you show even a little interest, the stage doesn't move. After 3 months, curiosity starts kicking in. But remember, 90% chance she's with someone else. And as you probably know, their honeymoon phase usually ends around month 3 or 4. That guy, he's stuck with a girl still chasing those butterflies. As long as she's with him, her curiosity stage is basically on hold. She might check your profile sometimes, but her emotions are tied up with the new guy. Any message from her? That's a signal. Something's off with the new guy. Maybe they broke up. Any message isn't random. It's just her emotions spilling over. If this stuff interests you, hit subscribe and like. Thanks for watching.